This is Sam Proctor with the USC Service Department, and today we will be talking about how to set up your tablet kit to control your bin site or treater. We will also explain how to reconnect to the antenna network if the tablet ever forgets it. These are the components that are located in the tablet kit box. We have the antenna, the power pack, a 10-foot Ethernet cable, and a 4-foot Ethernet cable. I am actually using a 25-foot instead of a 10-foot. You are more than welcome to use a longer Ethernet cable to get from the power pack to the touchscreen panel. So the first thing we'll do is we'll put together the antenna. Here's the base of the antenna, and then we will just take the antenna piece and it will screw up top here. There is also a mounting piece that attaches here, which I will show you now. And the antenna just slides into place like so. I'm going to go ahead and remove this because this is what we're going to be mounting to put the antenna up. This is the power pack. So on one end we have a 110 plug, and on the other we have two Ethernet ports, and each one of them is labeled. So we have PoE here on the left, which stands for Power over Ethernet. We'll run this cable to the antenna from the power pack to give it power, and then take another cable from the LAN port to the touchscreen panel so the tablet can communicate with the touchscreen. Now we will locate an open 110 outlet near your system and go ahead and plug the power pack in, and then you will just need to mount it somewhere. You can take a couple zip ties and zip tie it to some conduit, or just lay it on top of the panel. However you want to do it is kind of up to you, but once we get this mounted into place, then we can go ahead and start running our cables to the antenna and to the touchscreen panel. Now we need to mount the antenna. So there's a few different ways we can do this. You can do it as I am here, just using a couple zip ties to hold the mounting bracket in place on some conduit. You could also mount it to the wall, since the mounting bracket does have holes in it, or on the main control panels there are holes to mount them here. Now we can take the antenna and slide it into the mounting bracket. Then we will remove this little bottom cover to reveal the Ethernet port at the bottom of the antenna. We will run our 4-foot cable from here to the power pack on the Power over Ethernet port. Once you have the cable in, you can go ahead and slide the cover back over the Ethernet coming out of the antenna, and then run your cable down to the power pack. Once the cable is plugged in to the antenna and the power pack, you will get a green light on power. Now that we have the cable ran to the antenna, we're going to take our other cable and we are going to run it from the LAN port on the power pack to the touchscreen panel. So go ahead and plug it into the power pack, and then use the conduit, or if there's a wire tray or something like that to run your cable in, go ahead and run it in that. But we're just going to run it from that power pack to the touchscreen panel so the antenna can communicate with the touchscreen panel. Once we run it from the power pack to the touchscreen panel and we have the tablet hook up to the antenna network, we will get more lights showing that the tablet is now communicating with the antenna and getting back to the touchscreen. Okay, now that we have our antenna mounted and the cables ran from the power supply to the touchscreen and also from the power supply to the antenna. Now it's time to connect the tablet up. This should have already been done once from USB, so it is as simple as pulling down your top menu there, going into settings, and then finding the network just labeled USC, and it'll say saved secured with WPA2. So if we click on this, it'll ask us if we want to connect or not, and then we'll hit connect. Now it says we're connected, and up top it says that we have a good Wi-Fi signal, so we can go ahead and get back out of that. And then this is the app that we will be using, called Visio Design Air. That is basically the mirroring app that will connect up with the touchscreen. So we're just going to click on that. You may have something shown off on the right hand side there already, but what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and hit refresh. Make sure we grab a good connection, and then we're just going to click where it says HMI_MCP 192.168.1.208, and then it's just going to give you a little warning prompt saying, just make sure that when you're running it from this, that nobody's around the equipment to prevent any accidents or anything like that. Just say that you understand and accept responsibilities, and then we'll hit OK. And now we are connected up to the touchscreen. So now whatever I do on the tablet, it will mirror on your main control panel of your system. Now that we've talked about how to initially set up the tablet when you first get it out of the box, now we're going to go over some troubleshooting things that some people run into. So what this is going to be is if for whatever reason your tablet forgets the network that the antenna is putting out, this is going to be how you can connect back up to it. So if we pull down menu, go into settings, and we go to Wi-Fi, right here is going to be the USC network, the one that's just labeled USC and it says secured with WPA2. That's the one we're going to select, and right here it's asking us for a password. When we hooked up earlier, it didn't ask us for a password because it had already been connected up once. Sometimes it does forget the network, and this is basically going to be how we go about connecting this up. So the first thing you're going to do is go ahead and click on the Show Advanced Options, and then we're going to scroll down. The first thing we're going to look at is the IP settings. Right now it's set to DHCP, and for this tablet it actually has to be set to static. So if you click on the DHCP, you have static as an option, and then we can scroll down a little bit further. So we actually have to set the IP address of the tablet hooking up to the network. So what you'll do is you'll just click on the IP address, and then we're going to type in the IP address 192.168.1.25. Okay, so now that we have that, now we're going to come up here to the password and go ahead and make sure that the show password is selected, because this is kind of a long password, and if you lose track of where you're at, it's easier to be able to see the password as you're typing it in. So your password is going to be seed.treater.industry.leader. Okay, so now that we have the password typed in, we've set our IP to static and typed in the IP address, then we can go ahead and hit connect. And then it will connect up for us. So then if we click out of that and go back into our Visio Design Air app and we refresh it, there's the touchscreen. Go ahead and click it just like you did before, accept the terms, hit OK, and you're good to go. And now you can run your system from the tablet again. So that is how we initially set up and hook up a tablet kit, and also a little bit of troubleshooting if it forgets the network. Thank you for watching.